Neri Garcia with another $2 request. This request is, what if you took Stain from the My Hero Academia manga and put him in the world of Demon Slayer? How would he make his quirk work in Demon Slayer? Would his expertise with swords make him a skilled Demon Slayer? What breathing style would he learn, and would he get along with the Hashira? So I'm going to list off these answers back to back to back. First off, his quirk would be detrimental to anyone he goes against. And I think it would have a unique effect if he used his quirk on demons. And not due to the fact that it wouldn't just paralyze the demon like it does with a normal person. I'm more so talking about the fact that he'd have to be consuming demon blood. So, I could see him getting something similar to what Genya gets, where he basically gets like the temporary healing factor and enhanced physical stats of a demon. And in terms of a breathing style, I think we should just give him something like wind breathing, like Sonomy. Like, Stain is surprisingly fast and agile. Wind style breathing would be amazing for how he fights. And when it comes to like his other daggers that he carries around with him, I think he'd take something from Shinobu, like make the daggers Wisteria tipped. That way, even if he can't activate his quirk, he could hopefully stick a demon with one of the daggers and just even get the slightest bit of poison damage on them. And in terms of the Hashira, I think he'd get along with some of them, but not most of them. Basically, I'd see him kind of being like how the Hashira get along with Sonomy as well. Basically, him being a hothead, wanting to slaughter demons, and just basically they'd respect him as a fighter, but kind of be a little hesitant around him as a person. And yeah, effectively, Stain in the My Hero universe would be like a perfect merger between Sonomy and Genya. The wind style breathing, the insane tenacity and ruthlessness of a fighter as Sonomy, while also having the ability to get demon physical properties to their body by consuming the blood of a demon while using his quirk. So, just by using his quirk on a demon, he gets two traits. He gets the temporary paralysis based on how his quirk would work by consuming someone's blood, and then the added effect of getting a temporary demonic healing factor and the enhanced physical stats on top of his already incredible stats. And for those that think he wouldn't be very powerful, think about where he was in the series of My Hero Academia and what it took to defeat him. Because one thing I see people forgetting is despite him being a villain that showed up early on the series, scratch that, not villain, more so just antagonist, he fought two people who were built for high speed, Deku and Ida, and someone who's really good with AoE attacks in Todoroki, and fought these three in a confined space. He fought them in an alleyway and was still fast and agile enough to nearly beat them. Could you imagine most other characters in that situation? And keep in mind, he doesn't have a quirk that boosts his physical stats. That is just him. He got those physical stats through his own hard work. Think about anyone else in that situation who doesn't have a physical quirk. You're dealing with an extremely confined space, probably the size of like a hallway, or maybe a little bit wider, and fighting someone who's got the ability to make AoE ice and AoE fire attacks. And two people who are just going to be blitzing around all over the wall, just bouncing like a bouncy ball, and can hit you hard as hell. And do we need to talk about how durable this man is? At the end of the fight, he got knocked out, but what it took to knock him out was a anywhere between 5 to 8% full power punch from Midoriya to the face, and a reciprocal burst kick from Ida to the ribs. That would hurt like hell. I'm surprised that didn't kill him. And not even a few minutes later, after every one of the other heroes showed up, he woke up and was still in a decent enough shape to emit a potent bloodlust that even temporarily scared Endeavor. So, in the world of Demon Slayer, even if you just put him in as is, didn't give him any of the traits or the breathing styles that I mentioned, or the demonic boost that he could possibly get, he would still likely be like a Hashira level fighter. Even if you consider him a low Hashira level fighter, he'd still be Hashira level in my mind. But then you throw in the possible demon enhancements, wind breathing, and hell, could you imagine getting the other Demon Slayer amps, like transparent world, getting access to the selfless state, or the Demon Slayer mark? Sure, he'd probably only be able to use it for a short period of time, like Guillaume, if he even could access it because of his age. But if he could access it, the dude's going to be like top 3 Hashira, or just top 3 Demon Slayers in general.